Ann Hedinger is the State Director for Concerned Women for America, and I can personally tell you, Ann is at the Capitol and is probably one of the hardest workers I've seen. She is there every day during session, or so many days during session, walking the halls, advocating for women's issues from a biblical and a conservative perspective. Liberals really like to say that they are the, quote, champion of women's issues. And what is your take on that question?
You know, that just so diminishes a woman. She is so much more than, quote, quote, women's issues. Most of us in this room are born-again believers, and our book, our manual, is the scriptures, right? A woman's job description is very well defined in that. Go to Proverbs 31. So you want to know what women's issues are? It is not limited. I was invited to dinner at my husband's boss's house, and the subject of my involvement came up, and my husband's boss rather said demeaningly that yes, I was the one down there who was anti-abortion. And I was very kind, and I didn't say anything, and my husband's still working. So, but let me just tell you what I believe my job description is, okay? Look at Proverbs 31. First of all, she is a woman who respects her husband, and he's respected in the gates and looks well-dressed because of her. Do you suppose that woman cares about marriage and family issues around that community? I kind of imagine she does. So, okay, so let's put marriage and family issues on my woman's issue chart. Secondly, she's a good shopper, remember that? And remember that she goes to the places where there are foreign goods being brought in. Kind of like we need to know something about economic issues. We kind of need to know something about foreign issues. Last session we passed an anti-BDS bill in the state. We worked for that. We were part of that. Okay, another thing is she provides for the daily needs of her family, which means that she knows what their educational needs are, she knows what their societal needs are, she knows what the cultural needs are. That's a lot more than just one issue, isn't it? Just a woman's issue. She deals in real estate. She goes out and she buys a field, and she plants a crop there. Kind of think she needs to know about real estate taxes and something about business, about those business deals. Kind of think she needs to know a little bit about agriculture and farming too. Don't you imagine she needs to know that? So she manages her staff. Now, every time I get up in the morning and I go put my dishwasher on, I call it my staff. Staff, you're supposed to wash those dishes. So, you know, but I believe that she is very well positioned to take a management role anywhere God puts her. And whether that's in the kitchen or whether that's in a business. I kind of imagine she would take issue with buying goods that had been produced by women chained to a sewing machine. I kind of think she'd take an issue with that. You know, she's a manufacturer. It says she produces goods and goes and takes them to market to sell. There again, business issues that she's concerned with. She gives wise counsel about that. Well, you don't go through all of those issues that she's been dealing with and not gain some wisdom. And people listen to her because she's well experienced in those issues. Another thing it says is that her lamp doesn't go out at night. Remember that one? Well, we have an issue coming up that we've tried to pass, and it's a protection for the electric grid. And I kind of imagine this woman, if her light went out when she was trying to finish hemming that garment, she might be a little bit concerned about why the electric grid is disturbed. So I believe she would take an interest in that one as well. So a woman's issues are way more than what the moderate left would demeaningly tell us our issues are. They really want us to stick down there and just go to the kitchen and fix the coffee, please, and don't bother about taxation, don't bother about real estate, don't bother about all of these other issues. Women's issues are the issues that keep mankind functioning.
What would you say to other women? You know, maybe give a little bit of background of what you do, but then what would you say to other women who want to get involved, or maybe an encouragement to them to get more involved? And what would you say to encourage women to get more involved?
For the last 40 years, since the inception of Concerned Women for America, we've been urging people to get involved, women to get involved. We say take 1, 2, 3, 25 people, men, women. Mrs. LaHaye says that CWA is the organization that loves men. We're different from the others. Anyway, get a group of people together, educate them about the issues, pray about it, see what God has to say about those issues, and then go do something about it. We call those chapters, and we try to establish chapters. We have lots of chapters all over the United States and here in Texas as well. So that's how we try, because education is the main issue. If you can get 2 people to listen to your point of view, tell them what's going on. There are a lot of people, like Ali said, there are a lot of people who just don't know, don't want to take the time to find out. But if you, concerned about an issue, will take the time to tell them, you will have converted somebody to perhaps an activist form of life. So it is up to each one of us in this room to be that education place. They may access media, but if you're old like me, don't do that so much. But wherever God plants you, you're going to need to bloom there. Because we need people all over, all walks of life, whether they're men, women, old, young, whatever, foreigners, nationals, whoever. We need them to understand the issues that are being decided and understand what God's point of view is about those issues, and then urge them to take an appropriate action, whether it's a call to a legislator's office, whether it's going to visit, whether it's writing a letter to an editor, whether it's visiting some official's office, whether it's campaigning. We even urge our people to get out and go campaign for the good guys, so that we have them to deal with when we get to Austin and to Washington. So I'd say that, and here's another thing, there's an old thing that says, out of misery is a mission. Most of us in life don't get, particularly when you get to be as old as me, you don't get this far without a few miseries in your life, and every time you have a misery, you learn from it. And God takes those things, He doesn't waste anything. He takes those issues, and He takes those experiences, and He develops in you knowledge and wisdom and a clarity about those issues. That's His little implant in you. That's His little charge to you, that this is what you're supposed to go and do for Him. Tell the world, impact the world that He loves.